Good morning, puppet. Are you ready? You're so excited. Hi, this is Marilyn Price with Mentor Project, and this is my good friend. If you can't see him, let me tell you what he looks like. He's a puppet. He is a puppet, and he looks really good, and he's happy. So, what's going to happen today in our brand new, sort of kind of in a way, sequel to a story we told, I think September of last year, 2020, was about how this puppet, this kind of puppet, can be a mask to protect us against germs, disease, and how he became our personal hero. Now, he is not an official mask, he has no claim to be that, but it was a really solid reminder of for you out there of what I wanted you and all my friends, especially the Mentor Project, wanted you to wear. But times are a little bit better now. This is not to say that you should not still have your handy dandy mask with you. I'm not talking a mask like I'm doing right now, but a mask like this. And I hope you always have one with you because you never know when you're going to run into the need for them. But for today, what I thought I would help you do is to create a way for our former mask puppet to be something else, a different kind of superhero. So here is what I would like, first of all, to show you what to do. These cloth puppets are available in a couple of different places, but in case you don't have one and you like to do things like sew or just make one out of paper for our story today, I'm going to show you how to do that. And all you need is your hand. You got one? Okay, I have two. I use them for applauding and things like that. And behind me, I'm going to show you how to make one. It's not particularly tricky, but it's going to require a little bit of listening. And I know you're all really good out there at that. So if you hold up your hand, yeah, you can do a good job. And you stretch your thumb out really far. Not all the way far, like an L far, but just enough. An L would be what the letter it makes when you put your thumb out. And then I want you to divide the rest of your fingers by 2. So for those of you who haven't gotten into high math yet, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So some of you out there are saying, oh, that hurts, I can't do it. Maybe you can't, but maybe you could try. That's all we ask here. So now I want you to take your stretched out hand. You might need to, if you don't think you can do it like this, you can pull it into place. And then I'm going to show you on the board behind me. Okay, I'm going to put my hand up. You see, I drew a line right there. And if you can't see it, know that I drew a line separating the paper in 2. Then I'm going to outline my hand. All right. And that's kind of fun. It tickles. But I'm going to outline my hand like that. Now what I'm going to do for you, because it's way too light for you to see, is I'm going to outline it in a black marker. Okay? I didn't use a black liner to outline my hand. You know why. Then I would have had black liner all on my hand all day long. All right, so there is the outline. See that? It's got 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. And it looks a little bit ghost-like. So when we get done with that, we're going to show you what else to do. Now, if you take that, and I did it on paper too. Now, what is different about that is what? Ours is equal on each side. There's a little paw there and a little paw there. All right. We don't want it to do exactly that, although that would work as well. So what I'm going to ask you to do, see where that line is down the middle? I'm going to outline that again, right? So it's a line right down the middle. Ta-da! So watch this. I love this paper. I'm just going to take one. I have 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to rip it. I don't even think I have to rip it like that. Whoa. See my window underneath. Okay. So let me hold this up for you. For those of you who are listening, if you're on the podcast, and thanks for being on the podcast, you can watch this on YouTube later on at another time. So, and then you can see what I did. So what I'm going to do is fold this paper on that line because I want it to be somewhat equal. Okay, watch that. See how I folded it? You can pick either side. You pick that side or that side. So I think I'm going to go with the one where the thumb sticks out. And then what I'm going to do is cut the whole thing out on the lines. But I'm only going to cut half up. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. So we cut a half out here. Now it will be about as even as it can be. Just like the ones that they make in the sewing factory where they make these puppets. All right, now he's got a very large head, but why not? What's the big deal? All right, so now we have what could be the same basis as puppet. So let's say you are at home. You're at home and you know someone with a sewing machine, or maybe you have a sewing machine, or maybe you just like to hand stitch. So now you've got this dude here, which kind of looks like this dude here. Look what you did. You made a puppet. Bravo. All right, so now I want you to see what I did with material, only what you can do with paper. So when we began our project to mask the world so that we could be protected, what we did was we took that puppet, first of all, and I'm going to only do this with paper so you can be a part of it. And we had to do something really quite cool. We drew a few lines. We're going to draw one here, one here. You want to see what I'm doing? I bet you do. I'm going to show you. And one here, which will give our character a t-shirt. Gotcha? And because we were in the business of saving the world, we always had to have a smile on our face. When we save the world, even though it is a very serious business, a smile always helps. All right, so here's our character. What do you see in this character? You see the potential to be a mask. I bet you do. So how would it become a mask, though? You're going to put it over your face, right? But this is going to get in the way of our seeing. We don't want that. So we're going to fold our face, the puppet's face, down as if it were taking a big bow, which it should do. And then when you turn it around, what do you have? You have a mask. Now, this is not an official mask. This is a pretend mask, but it should give you a good, strong idea of what to do. So, here's our mask in paper. What you need to make something like this is 2 pieces of material. And then, what you do is you put your hand inside. Got to put your hand inside, and I will make one out of my friend here. Oh dear, no face. So remember what I did? You have 2 pieces of material. If you can get someone out there to do that, or maybe you're old enough to do it yourself. You draw the same 2 lines. Excuse me, did I say 2? I meant to say 3. Okay? And then you're going to do 3 on the other side. Awesome. Because our character has a front and a back. Then, if you recall, I know you do, a smiley face. Big old smiles. Now, if I were telling you a story with this puppet, I'd say to you, don't make it a big smile, because nobody walks around all day with a big smile. Because all stories have what? A beginning, a middle, and an end, and a problem. So what is the problem? Our character here is going to solve the world's problems. And he can't do it all. He needs you. So we're going to give him just a little bit of a smile, because after all, he is our mascot. Mascot. Get his name. We're going to call him Cot, just for short. So we're going to fold his head down, as we did before. Now, how do you hold a puppet on your face? Oh, I'm glad you asked. So we're going to take a scissors, handy dandy ever scissors, and please do not worry about the puppet. The puppet is fine. And we're going to make a little bit of a notch, just a little cut in his hand on one side or his arm. Remember, sometimes the puppet is got to be fixed in a certain way, but this doesn't hurt. It's material made into a puppet. And I'm looking at him to make sure that nothing else gets cut except the puppet. So here he is. He now has two notches. So Marilyn, you're saying to yourself, why did I do that? Because then we're going to take a rubber band or a scrunchie, but rubber bands are ever so much easier and, in all honesty, cheaper. We're going to put it right through the hole. See that? And then we're going to loop it around so it stays that way. It's very important that it stays that way because we don't want it to fall off of our ear. So what did I do? I put the rubber band through the notch. I pulled it tight. Now, see what's happening here? I know you do because you're really smart out there. What we are making are ways for this to stay on our face and keep us from harm. All right, so again, this is not an official mask. I hope you all have a lot of those still around. I still have a big box and I'm going to keep them because there are still places where we are asked to wear a mask, like when we fly in an airplane or go on the bus or are with a large group of people. So I want you to have your masks handy and not give them all away, even though to make a hero out of them is an awesome idea too. So here goes the last rubber band. It's coming into the notch. I think he's reluctant, my reluctant hero here, but he's coming, and soon he will be ready for me to show you how one puppet became a mask. Now, we have this on the Mentor Project page as well. It's called Puppet Mask or Make a Mask out of a puppet character. And I even think I tell you there where they're available, but if I don't, I'll tell you again. There's a couple of companies. If you go on and you say, make a puppet or a mask, not a mask, excuse me, a puppet, you will find where you can buy one. All right, here he is. Got it? Two rubber bands. So our friend here is bowing. I want you, and I want you to take the part with his head bent over and put that over your nose, and then take two rubber bands and put them on your ears. See, like that. For double protection, you can even fold him under. How does that look? Pretty cute, huh? You didn't mean that. I made you say that. All right, so here he is. This is our mascot. Oh, and he's very excited. He can also be a cheerleader because he looks like he has pom-poms. So here's what's happened. Good news. People have been taking care of themselves. But our friend here, he has not been doing such a great job. And he's scared. So this is my once upon a time story for you to think about. Once upon a time, there was a puppet. And he had been flying all over the world, making sure that everyone was wearing their masks. And if you happened to be wearing a mask, he would fly right down and land on your shoulder and say something nice in your ear like, good job. Hear that? Good job. Oh, thank you so much. How kind of you to say. But one little thing is bothering my friend here. And maybe it bothers you too. In order to be totally safe, masks are great. But we have this awesome thing called a vaccination. Oh. Now, he's never had one before. He's a puppet. But he needs to tell everyone out there to get a vaccination. How many? Choose a good idea, unless you have one particular product. So are you going to show everyone how you do that? Oh, dear. He looks terribly frightened. what can I do to convince our friend that a vaccination is a good idea? Well, how does it feel to fly all over the world with your cape? Did you see his cape? There he is. Cape. And tell everyone that they should get their vaccinations if you don't have one yourself. Do you think that makes sense? Doesn't make sense for you? Doesn't make sense for me either. So I think you need to have one. Matter of fact, let's see how many people out there agree with me. Would you raise your hand if you think that our friend Mascot, or Cot as I call him because we're such good friends, should get a vaccination to take care of the I think I see a lot of hands up there. You have your hand up too. Wait, what about me? I could hold my other hand up too, couldn't I? Why not? Oh, you're on it. All right, so I'm going to show you what's going to happen if I give my friend a vaccination. What? Is it going to hurt? For a second. Yep. Yep. How long? Well, it really depends. Everybody's different. If it hurts, will you get better? Well, of course. A little bit of it. Just a little bit. Did you ever, let's see, did you ever get a little tiny pinch? Maybe when your grandma came over? Did you have a grandma? Oh, lucky you. Okay, when you get a little pinch on your cheek, does that hurt? Is it done with love? That's what it's like. Just a tiny little jab. And then 3 or 4 weeks later, you get another one. Oh, did that hurt you? It didn't hurt you. That's what we need to do. So, you ready? You're not ready. Oh, please be ready. Okay, first of all, I'm going to take off your cape because you don't need it right now. And I'm going to ask you some questions. Did you hear all my questions? Great. You're going to fill out some forms. I can do that for you because I'm your helper. And then I'm going to give you a very special puppet vaccination. And then would you hold that for me? Thank you. You can do that. Puppets are very helpful, you know. All right, so I'm going to give you just a little dot right here. Which arm do you use more? Your left or your right? Use your right? Okay, so I'm going to give it to you in your left arm. So you can still write me a love letter. Yeah, I know. It's just right here. It's right here, little one. Got it? Okay, see? Did that hurt? No? Didn't hurt. Okay. Might ache. So we're going to pretend that you have the shot that you come back in, well, let's say 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Okay. Then you're going to come back to me. Could you count to 3 weeks for me? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was fast. You took off your Band-Aid. Superb. All right. Looks good. What do you think? How do you feel? How do you feel after the shot? You're just really tired a little bit? Okay. You can get up now. It's 3 weeks have passed. Awesome job. All right. We're going to give you the second shot. Oh, now this one, you might get a little tired. Matter of fact, you might almost feel flu-y, and that's okay. You may not. Some people do, and some people don't. But I'm going to give you a special treat. Ready? For your first vaccination, I am going to give you a beautiful, beautiful sign on your t-shirt. Ready? V for vaccination. Awesome job. Yay! Like it? You have to get a little closer. All right. Looking good, buddy. You had your second shot? And 2 weeks have passed? You know what you're going to get now? A second V for vaccination. Awesome job. Oh, boy. I'm really good at this. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my doubly vaccinated winner. Because when you get double vaccinated, or maybe even depending on the shot you get, single vaccinated. But when you get double vaccinated, you become a winner. And winners get to wear capes. So I want you to keep some of those masks around, please. Make sure that they are available to you. You know what I do? I wear one when I'm going to some stores that require them. Or what I really like to do is when I go into a store or any place where the people that are taking care of me wear masks, I wear them too. to support them, even though being double vaccinated, like Cot here, I don't need to, but I recommend being polite is one of the best ways to do it. So I'm going to give our friend Double Vax Cot, a cape of his very own to wear around. It's a very cool cape. It even kind of looks like a balloon. Oh, awesome job. Ladies and gentlemen, from mask to puppet and back again. From puppet to mask and puppet again. My caped crusader mascot has helped us a great deal. When you make a puppet, whether you make it out of paper, whether you can make it out of material, or even find one in a store, wear it proudly. And you know what the best thing to do, of course, is? The best thing of all would be to tell a story. I want you to live, and I mean that, happily ever after. Thank you for signing into the Mentor Project. Today, you can come and see this all the time because it'll be on YouTube, and pretty soon it'll be up on podcasts, where we hope that you will click on and be a follower. To the Mentor Project for helping me to reach all of you, and for my special friends Aiden and Chippy and Tina and always Debbie, and all my mentors out there who help as many people as Mentor Puppet right here. I thank you from the Kaufman Family Foundation and Try Braining Inc., who support us in all that we do. I say, have a great day. Have a safe day. And how would you like to be living? Oh, yeah, happily, ever, after, and during. And that, my friends, is the end, but just for now. Thanks for coming by.